Okay, so what I was saying was, I'm disappointed that when we followed the quest exactly as written, when it came to the Iconoclast, when Graham wanted us to take the data cartridges, the game punished us for not doing the optional and following our, following a moral compass. So in that one, we decided in the Sublight Contractors mission, we did decide to follow the moral compass. And is this the retirees area? Hey, you know what? I'm curious. Curious like a cat. That's why my friends call me Whiskers. We decided to go off the scheduled order of things, grow a bit of a conscience, listen to the scientists, and let her escape. Of course, now we could do the ultimate dick move and tell them both out. But now we've improved Phineas's life, so I think you can tell what we're leaning towards. I want to see if that girl actually came over here. So we break off from the structured path on that one and do what we think is the right thing, and we got punished for that. Sublight will not work with us at all anymore. We were kicked out of the office. Even though they revere us, but we lost actually a ton of rep for that. For not listening to them one time. That was 5%. I thought it was like 25, but still 5% is quite a bit. All this shit respawns. Let me guess, board rep went down. I'm so sick of having fun killing shit and having to worry about the board. Damn, this is a good place to farm robots. Did she come down here? I'm gonna assume by the stuff respawning that there's a chance that maybe she did come down here. I feel like it was worth a look. Maybe we just haven't waited long enough. But hey, respawning robots is something. I'm disappointed. I was hoping she'd be down here. Maybe given a few days, she will come back down here. Oh, there she is. Yeah, she did come back down here. Oh, cool. GG Obsidian. You wrapped that up nicely. Let's get... Oh, there's no going back up. That makes sense. Let's get out of here. Hey, wait. Can we hack the robots now? We've got a bunch of stuff working in our favor, and we found that hack +7. And... Oh, we didn't bring Vicar. If we had brought Vicar... Oh, never mind. We had enough hack. I think we did that the best way possible. Or the Igsbill, arrogant bitch. She's done. She's gone. And at the same time, if any more people are forced to retire, there's no more robots. It was worth building that +7 armor. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did it. So you gotta go back through the sewers. Now we should have the Spacer's Choice armor. I am going to head to Phineas next, but I'm worried that we're like at the end. So there's probably at least one more mission. So after Phineas, we're gonna go down the Skilla route and do all that. Okay. Celeste. I believe we should have the armor. The thing about doing the second playthrough is normally when I do a capstone, I try to do like everything. I have a really, really good idea of the game. It's difficult for me to write those without doing that. Spacer's Choice is in the description for both of those. So this should work. And we look ridiculous.
I can't wait to see those
Are you
outfits.
fucking kidding me?
What can I do for you, darling? If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker.
Spacer. It has to be Spacer, not Spacer's Choice. Oh my god, it has to be Spacer. Okay. So that's how that went, and now you have the disturbing realization that yes, in fact, our mustachioed hero is a female. And what a lovely, lovely lady she is. Okay. Well, that sucks, but you know what they say? Sunk cost fallacy. We've come this freaking far. Why would we quit now? Is there anything else that's here? Is this considered Byzantium? Oh, they should just let you go ahead and fast travel to the world's Borderlands style at this point. We're going back and forth a bunch. I put you YouTube people in there late this last time to save you some of these loading screens, but we're going right back. What I'm getting here is we have to go to Ike's Armory.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Something's always going on. Let's talk to you, Ada, while we're here.
How can I be of assistance?
I guess we probably should. I guess nothing.
Take care.
Oh, wait. June Lee. Let's go try to talk to June Lee.
You're adjusting before you pull.
Or Parvati.
Hey, Captain. She's gone.
Didn't it go, okay, Captain? Wait, she was on the ship? I thought you were going to have the date on the ground. Okay. I want to be clear that I'm done running around for you. Great. While you were busy, you best get to it. Did it go well?
I'm near about vibrating. I'm so excited.
Well, you can keep those
So she
details
got
to
here,
yourself,
and the
I'm
first thing
thinking.
she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard.
Parvati is definitely
Then
not
I led her
asexual.
into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
So you laid out the meal, brought June in, and started the music.
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustback casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person.
Monarch person. I'm glad the end result was good.
Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain.
And?
I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted, strong, smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor.
Love is in the air.
How it made her want to be more open.
What a beautiful sound. Don't leave me in suspense.
Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain,
Officially,
she
the
said
wiki's
yes.
wrong. Actually, Parvati's a lesbian, not asexual. You're wrong again, atheist. What about your disinterest in physical affection? Yeah, see? What? What? We keep hitting A on it. Keep hitting A on it.
It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all.
Why did that not work?
I don't know nothing about the Vickers capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Maltroff. Okay, Maltroff, I'm gonna show you some. I'm gonna show you some. Asexuality is the lack of sexual attraction to others. Low or absent interest in or desire for sexual activity. It can be considered a sexual orientation or a lack of thereof. Without sexual feelings or association. Asexual means you just ain't interested in sex in general. I ain't trying to be pedantic. That's one of them where I know I'm right and I'm not going back away from it. Bisexual means you like both. Anyway, how the hell are you? And thank you for being here, Maltroff. Welcome back. Nyoki, how are you? Are you getting along with the crew?
Oh, sure. Felix is a riot.
I don't know why it didn't let us do the perception thing. It pisses me off.
I told him they lay
She
eggs
needs
in
to explain
people,
it.
and there ain't no cure. I could bust into swarms at any moment. The look
He
on
likes
his
Felix,
face,
huh?
It was great. You know, one time, Opal and I,
Oh, Opal's dead.
shit.
Opal's dead,
Me
lady.
dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything.
I'm not pushy. You talk when you're ready.
I will.
Just don't push me on the topic of asexual. I watched a Netflix documentary.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now.
Down
I was
here
looking
shooting
for a
shit?
place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am.
We ain't in the kitchen, Parvati.
Cozy like, ain't it?
Oh, we're still at the firing range. Hey, bye. Have a nice time. Back to Groundbreaker. Unfortunately, it can't be Spacer's Choice like we thought it has to be Spacer's. That thing that I don't feel like I've seen once.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
I think we have Ellie and Felix with us. It's fine. It's fine. See, look, Lord Varys is... Okay. We need to find Ike or IKEA or something like this. Apparently. Oh yeah, we used that for about 2 seconds, so we gotta repair it again. I'm getting real sick of this food and alcohol addiction. It is absolutely destroying our inhalers. Can we buy inhalers? Maybe we can buy inhalers. It's supposed to be by Junlei.
CNP Borston baked beans. When you need to eat and run,
Junlei is back there.
beans is the only one.
Oh, this guy.
Hey, look who it is. What'll it be?
Well, we're running out of money because here at the end of the game it's making us use bits up like crazy, but... Oh, it's this stuff. But it doesn't say spacers. I see ordnance. I see elite troop armor. Okay. Parts of the call. Is this it? There it is. It's workman equipment. Inspiration +5. Lockpick +5. Handguns +5. It's like the super retrofuturism 1950s science fiction novel stuff and workman's equipment. Light fashion, high price. +5. Tech skills, dialogue skills. So, okay, Spacers is just like civilian clothes. Got it. Finally got some. Cool. Now, do you happen to sell inhalers? Because this is now suddenly a real problem.
Tariff. Fresh from the grind.
They sell 25%. I just don't feel like that's really worth. Oh no. I'm gonna assume vending machines. Look at that shadow. 32 months, man. That is super, super impressive. Can we get some Nexus Cat hype up in the chat for Justin?
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider.
Oh, what is that? I've never seen that before. Thanks for the cheese. Thanks for the loading. What is that? Oh, they got emotes because of it. Because of you. Oh. That's interesting. Yo, Justin, 32 freaking months, man. Shadow, you've continued to fight the war and you've continued to fight the resistance and you've become Stage 32, more human than a human. Thank you very, very much, Justin. You, sir, are a freaking boss. I am thankful and I am grateful. The true OG, one of my favorite people. Justin's a great guy, a true friend of the stream, and just a good guy in general. And you have become the bit boss, the bit boss! Well done, Justin. I'm thankful and I'm grateful. I hope you are well. I hope staying in a hotel isn't too obnoxious right now. I hope work and the travels have been safe and not too exhausting. Thank you very, very much again. Thank you. Is it Adreno? Is Adreno the same thing as an inhaler? It is. And they're fairly cheap. I'm going to buy all of them. Worth. Because we were hoarding inhalers, but now it's constant inhalers. Just to maintain our food, which I think we all have a food dependency. But in this case, you know, we're boogie. And alcohol dependency. A drug. Sorry, alcohol's not a drug according to Obsidian. We're an addict, okay? We're an addict on many different ways. Cocaine, booze, food, however you look at it. Biggest, probably, next to not getting food and medicine for the Iconic class, that's been our second worst decision.
Crew members Ellie or Felix. They're sharing a drink upstairs.
These people are very busy and keep activities in short time windows. We're going back to Byzantinium. We've come this far. This quest became everything I was hoping it wouldn't be. Lots of backtracking and busy work. I am really just disappointed with myself, but I'm more disappointed that Spacers is a very obscure armor that... It is not well described that Spacers is different than Spacer's Choice. Let's just say that, at the least. But this should do it. I don't know that we even make our money back at this point since we had to buy some armor. Slices, dices, cauterizes. A and B. Plasma cutter. This time we will not be going through the sewers. We saw that... Oh. We've already seen that... Ortney Zingleby has been killed by the murder bots. I will be curious if we ever come back to Byzantium if there's like a living retirees down here the next few times, since we were able to turn off the robots the last time we were down here. Gotta do that generic NPC stretch. I think these are probably the most questionable decision. The elevators. I guess they're a good chance for this, but we're already caught up on dialogue. The only thing that they seemed kind of interested in talking about was the fact that we're about to make the big decision with Phineas or the board. Which I'm assuming the game pretty much could just end right now. If we wanted to go that route and sell out Phineas, I'm thinking the game would just be over. DL. actually sell some weapons. And I'm going to buy all these. They're cheap as hell, actually. Oh, wow. We should have been doing that more often. That makes the vendor perk maybe a little more of an option. Okay, we're finally going to do this, and I'm going to listen to this dialogue because it was a pain in the ass. Is that not the most fabulous mustache you have ever seen on a buxom captain in your life? We are Captain Cornelius of the Unreliable.
I can't wait to see those outfits.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What can I do for you, darling?
Maybe the suit's wrong. Maybe the suit's wrong. Is this a joke to you? Game. Okay, good. It's a make... Wait, that says Spacers. No, Spacers Choice. This. We look like a character from a B movie, but...
Like a star.
Oh, thank you, God.
Square your shoulders. Hand on your hip. Eyebrow cocked.
Oh.
Yes. Perfect. My heart is all aflutter. Yes,
Square your
that's
hips.
it. I have it. I know exactly what we're doing. Brace yourself, my dear. We're going to call this style
This better be an excellent
barbarian
piece of armor
chic.
after that bullshit.
The saucy confidence of a spacer. The raw contempt of an iconoclast. The brutish musk of a marauder. And the pièce de résistance.
Pièce de
Monster leather.
Ah oui, oui, oh, sacré bleu.
1 part Mantiqueen chitin, 3
French?
parts hide from a raptidon's flank.
What?
And let's say, 8 strips of primal leather. No, make that 10.
Make it 10. Oh, we have to actually go get this shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I'm sick of it. This is going to end up leading to the best armor in the game.
We're revolutionizing the fashion of Byzantium. Our work is anything but simple.
Let's, Intimidator.
I love the way you just smolder with contempt. It makes me want to spoil you. Here.
God dang, I want to meet
treat
this lady in
yourself to
real
a
life
nice
at this
new
point.
gun or something.
Oh my God, 375. It wasn't.
Get this done for me, and I'll have you strutting about in a Jolicoeur original. You will be the envy of Byzantium.
That didn't even recoup all the clothes we had to buy. So this became a full-on quest. Make spacesuits, won't travel. Still considered a task. She needs the chitin of a Mantiqueen. Primal leather. I think almost everything is on Skilla now, though. Skilla. Fallbrook. Don't actually know where that's at. It's just labeled space. And Skilla. Let's go talk to Phineas. Let's go talk to Phineas, and then let's... Sometimes it can be kind of hard to click on it. Then we'll... I still want to go to Skilla, but I just feel like this is going to be the armor. We could be getting trolled by the game, though. It wouldn't be the first time. But let's move this forward. It's time. It's time. We're getting sidetracked by the many activities.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Space is also your toilet, though, so... If you want to make this if you want to depressurize and make this a vacuum, you go for it. It says Monarch. That ain't where we're going. We're going City and Stars. We're going to Phineas's lab, and here we go. Let's take with us our two most useful people. Let's just take them. I'm not really worried about the conversations. They don't seem to talk around Phineas. So we're gonna take Ellie. We're gonna take Vicar. Hacking and medicine. For more heals. Both power energy field. Everyone, like the same person made the notes. It all has the same handwriting. You may or may not already be able to tell, but I don't plan on selling out Phineas. I'm going to try to help the At this point, the Halcyon star system, our character's been molded from an amoral rogue into more of a... At this point, we're a do-gooder.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists.
Watch him tell us that we didn't actually need that much.
All I need now is
After this, are you jumping into?
I'll take as much as you can give me.
Man, I wish I would have known if he really needed all of them, though. We need to do Borderlands 3 third DLC. Heartland on solo. After that, we'll see what the date is, and then Fallout New Vegas, probably. Finally. But we'll see. We'll see. All you need is, if you have any suggestions, don't be afraid to put them on Discord. Of dimethyl sulfide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse. I found your chemicals in the ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects. I mean, yeah, the colony's on the verge of collapse, but these are both things I want to tell him. But we have the chemicals.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
Right, we got to get these other people who are experts, right? Board's got a plan to save us. They're going to freeze all the workers.
Freeze all the workers? Why? So a gang of powdered toffs can carry on living in Byzantium? You call that a plan? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape.
We'll see what happens, but as we are in this whatever act, the game is collapsing into 2 very clear-cut things, a good and a bad.
I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
Well, that's usually what happens in colonization or any kind of expedition. No plan survives initial contact with the enemy. Found your chemicals.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
Are we going to get top 10 anime betrayals, though, out of Phineas? I had to let the test subjects die, but I brought back all the chemicals. I put them out of their misery.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony.
So I guess there was no way to save them.
What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
The board's trying to mitigate damage to human tissue during the revival process.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that
I mean,
problem.
they got as far as you did. They know to use that gas.
I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly 0 progress.
Focus, Phineas. Halcyon's going to collapse unless we do something. What makes you say that?
I used to work for these people. I'm intimately familiar with the utter...
They're pretty close to getting you, by the way.
Scientists.
I don't know if you have any defenses or not.
We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this
I wonder
means
if
for
Parvati's
home,
mission's
for
over.
your fellow colonists?
Which is totally off subject,
The
but still.
board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
How are we going to feed everybody, though? There has to be something we can do, so that's it. We give up. All that trouble I went through was for nothing. This colony's a mess. I'll be glad to put it behind me as soon as I get a chance.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head.
That's a bit radical, Phineas.
Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board.
That was the hope,
board's
right?
going to dispose
Hope of the
them
hope.
all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Okay. There's a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system. Oh, it's outside the system? I didn't know that.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius.
How much trouble did science just save us?
To us, skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
It's risky, though. Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought Intrasystem...
Baker always gets involved for some reason in all these conversations.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct.
So there's a risk.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Oh, thank God we get to see her face again.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope.
Isn't it wonderful?
The Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
If. I've got some questions.
Certainly.
Should I, just so we're clear, you know skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this. People aren't going to notice giant colonies ships slamming into the rings of Terra 2.
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule.
Okay, fair response.
The
Now I feel
Borg
dumb.
might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posture.
But you can see the ISS from Earth, so... And these are much, much bigger than the ISS. See your... Just so we're clear, you know skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is,
Mostly.
I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Did I expect resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me.
So it no longer matters our reputation with the board, because we'll be going against them. A lot of things Mass Effect style, if this path continues, a lot of different winding things seemed like they're going to converge into two endings. One with the board, one without. I'm ready.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond...
Oh, we're officially against the board.
I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to...
And also, even with all the decisions we've taken, good or bad, I feel like right at this moment, I should have kept the save back. We could have easily gotten either ending. The adjutant asked me to plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not going to do it. I guess we could even still do it. There should be an autosave.
You absolutely should.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless.
Well, I do depend on it.
The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use
Damn it,
the code
Phineas,
and
why'd you
send
have to
a
go and be
corrupted
smart? It's like when they
tracking
cracked
signal.
Enigma and let some
That
ships
should
get
buy me some
destroyed.
time.
Send a corrupted tracking signal. I get it, you want to prepare.
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses.
Oh, so he is going to get some defenses.
Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my
So I'm thinking the option's still there. We could not corrupt, you know, we could just give it to him.
Certain.
Well, that's that. Yay, level up! Well, let's do it. Let's get to the end of these. That's Persuade. Whether it was worth it or not, I don't know. But it's what we did. And now I'm going to go Sneak 2 points, and I'm going to go 1 in Medical, and we're going to start trying to get that to 100. There we go. Perks. No companions. We always run around with companions. The carrying capacity is some more quality of life stuff. It's not disturbing. There's something about it. It's not disturbing at all. Killing an enemy, guaranteed critical hit. Headshots kills deal 25% damage to enemies within 25 meters. When you're at low health, you deal increased damage. That's a lot of damage, but either this or this is most in line with our character. Health restore per kill. You just don't do that much killing. Moving is nice, to be honest. The penalty of accuracy when moving. Investing in TDD would be good too. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. I don't know that it's worth it. It seems like it's shit, but critical hits are usually good.
Money ship and skip it across
And
the system.
I still want to use a sniper rifle.
Wrong?
Save here. And we may set up a new save because I am curious as to... I'm curious and curiouser whether when we use his little communication lab thing, if we can't... Venus mentioned you could send a corrupted tracking signal to buy him some time. Now, I wonder if when we do this, if we have the option to send a non-corrupted signal. And if we... So I'll go ahead and just set a new save. We have this one like way back. Way back. This one is... this is in a totally different like dimension where we chose to kill Graham. But it didn't even work. So I'm just going to overwrite this one because that doesn't really matter. Yes, so we do have that option. So, we really wanted, say this is close to the end of the game, we can always just like, hey, you have an option right here. I feel like no matter what you've done, it's got to be one of the best level up chiming gaming. Hey, you're right, Maltroff. We should make that one of our freaking sound effects. It definitely is unique and sounds so victorious. On that, sir, I agree with you. No matter what we've done in this game, Mass Effect 3 style feels like at this point in the game, this decision could bring us to one of two different endings. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. Alright, we sent the corrupted tracking signal, right? Brain data not found, contact your nearest terminal, board surveillance protocol failed, signals, this terminal is established new connection. Yes.
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
I agree with Phineas, so I'm glad we told him. Sophia said she'd contact you as soon as her office picks up Wells' location. Head back to your ship and see if Sophia has a message for you. Okay.